Ejivo we RWTV. It could be a friend the Fourth Estate. My product be a friend Makofa. As our product no a wo TV so mabo advert crap and me cry make us say my advert ni be paying. But I didn't know say side drone na fake a draw uncle who no AM the testing media houses. Some of our top media houses ni be. Among check say product no be advert no if it is registered by the FDA. And I say FDA na approve ya na. No I say omo the ban no manji scan on benya na no ho no modwin. They don't check, they don't do cross check. Say a drone no registered and I say registered and I say microphone na omo ye drone no omo ye ne hygienic condition and I say hygienic. Because we a drone e ade ekoni pamu nti se ba ni say sa ade ekoni pamu na say enye papa na say ewo implications bi ade bebe akiri a se nipa ni fa na so ode konu mu a asa kunya yare foforo nti media houses na say high time say be very careful. No be check his product bia ombabo hunde run. So who says our product is being registered under the FDA. And yes, idea then they will kill all of us because the media houses are the media is the backbone of the country. Come no mama ehun echo mining. This about said the media house now we all rely on no. Nye said yeah. And yeah, very bad. So idea see e bet me about say some of the news now I am report crown e be na true because I do see e bet me some of these media houses no be closed down. And media houses see a media house you share more programs, we love them, and you come and do or you allow these kind of things to be advertised on your station. And this kind of media houses no they deserve not to remain in this country. Media house na very careful. Products be on advert. The moment video now you will see all that I'm talking about. The media houses are involved. You will see them in video.
I don't know what over 10 CDs.
That is not the everyday calls you receive at the Fourth Estate. This caller needed to buy herbal medicine advertised in the media, and he called the number advertised together with the medicine, the Fourth Estate hotline. Well, don't be confused. The Fourth Estate team investigating lapses in the regulation and marketing of herbal medicine and its practitioners had placed an advert of Makofa herbal mixture on some broadcast and print media houses in 4 regions in Ghana.
We mix 3 popular soft drinks in Ghana. Malt, Coke, and Fanta. This is to create a concoction we call Makofa herbal mixture. The name Makofa is basically derived from the first two letter words of the 3 soft drinks. Ma from malt, Co from Coke, and Fa from Fanta. Makofa herbal mixture.
The team labeled this concoction as a potent herbal medicine that cures all menstrual-related problems, infertility, impotence, and one that could also increase the libido of both men and women. The Fourth Estate non-existent manufacturing company, Krojua Herbal Enterprise, engaged an undercover reporter to obtain a license for Krojua Herbal Enterprise at the Traditional Medicine Practice Council, TMPC. TMPC is an agency of the Ministry of Health responsible for licensing traditional medicine practitioners and their places of practice. The place of practice is either a company that manufactures herbal medicine or a traditional healthcare facility. At TMPC, an official requested 870 Ghana cedis from our undercover reporter as the official license fee. She gave him the breakdown of the amounts paid. It included charges for training and inspection of the premises. But the council did not train or inspect the premises before issuing out a license. The TMPC official who assisted our undercover reporter said the license would be ready in a month, but we received it after 7 months. Despite the delay, the TMPC did not perform any checks or due diligence on the application.
If you go to Traditional Medicine Practice Council to be registered, the law says that you should be endorsed by either the chairman of the association and the traditional ruler in the community in which you practice, or the district coordinating director of the community. They have to endorse you that indeed you are a practitioner. Then you will bring it to the council. They will look at it, cross-check, do the investigation, and then look at other relevant documentation. You will fill a form and everything will be on it before.
While waiting for the license, the Fourth Estate contacted some top media houses in Ghana to advertise the Makofa herbal mixture. Our undercover team contacted the marketing team at RWTV, a subsidiary of Media General Limited, to advertise our concocted herbal medicine, Makofa herbal mixture. The Onia marketing team agreed to advertise Makofa herbal mixture without asking for mandatory approval from the Food and Drugs Authority. They charged 1,600 Ghana cedis for the 3 days the ad was to run. A presenter of the station read the LPM on TV, which was also streamed on the station's social media platforms.
Makofa herbal mixture. A dream it's a swan masori. Kwaratio Makofa herbal mixture. Didn't you know drugstore and I say herbal soap for Tobia.
Makofa.
And easy.
Makofa do papa.
And easy. Makofa herbal mixture. And ye draw say. Mesra numbi mami.
That's the way you're toying Yancy.
Debbie. Tia Juma. Mesra, so you be and no problem. And what we hear Makofa herbal mixture. Simple. And ye draw. And what Juma.
Semper and Paddy in
Empire
India was.
And Yasam Ketua. And as I will your bow, won't you one on the calendar? Or bit to our bonnet, son of Sa. Brown is just and then 28. As I was swimming a one. Mr. Mobi found continue pay. Aye, one can calculate a young Johnny can't tell one. Well, we said a country on the edge. And so your banners a woman, what taste so or be able to Kawunia, Makofa, herbal mixture, and what she low libido. And they am Pacrao. Oh, you cry, hey, why I made them in Pedinu or nothing cow from. And it's a Messrawa, but whom I did not pay Makofa, herbal mixture, Nibinanum. So open the Duduomo pa and a two out on Diam. Now, Wako a year Crojoa Enterprise.
During the transaction, the Onia TV marketing team encouraged us to advertise on TV3, their English-speaking sister TV station. TV3 is one of the most popular TV stations, and we could not afford an LPM. But the Media General marketing team recommended what they referred to as a squeeze bag, for which they charged 2,700 Ghana cedis. TV3 advertised the Makofa herbal mixture on the station's morning program, New Day, without approval from the FDA. On radio, Makofa mixture was advertised on Star FM at a cost of 1,400 cedis on the morning show. The Fourth Estate's undercover reporter informed the station that Makofa herbal mixture was not approved by the FDA, but they went ahead to grant us time on the station's mid-morning show to advertise the products.
Someone has joined me on phone to do that with me right now on the Zone on Star 103.5. His name is Kwame Ali. He's the Senior Marketing Executive. Hi, Kwame.
Hi, Blessing.
Good morning.
Good morning, Blessing. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing really great too.
Right. Now, tell me about Kodwa Enterprise.
Well, thank you very much, Blessing, and my regards to everybody. And great regards also from us here from Kodwa Enterprise.
Giving us a slot in the form of an interview was to avoid sanctions from the FDA, according to the marketing person who dealt with us. But in practice, this is even worse than the LPM because it gives the medicine seller unrestricted access to the airwaves to market the products. Also on radio, Angel FM, a subsidiary of Angel Broadcasting Network, advertised Makofa for 2 days for 1,000 cedis. It was an LPM, also without FDA approval.
0105. Makoba herbal mixture and so. But say when you pain, bra, where bra, bomodia. Na fe won and not conyo two so akope Makofa herbal mixture and know the best of all problem. A one-time solution for menstrual related problems. Dinania want to mean wow, I think I work for me man and memma. Bomodia man sanka Makofa herbal mixture. I will pharmacy shopper a ben wo. And I say Kodwa Enterprise or can she drag lane. Kodwa Enterprise will do Kumasi a ben Melcom. Ain't and can she drag lane and I feel Kumasi a room or more than answer for 0503 124 0503 124 0503 124 Makofa herbal make sure say Berma Huadin or Belfiti Krumu and it as so. Now,
in the Ashanti region, Makofa was advertised on the popular Oyeripa Efutu, a mid-afternoon domestic dispute resolution program on Oyeripa TV and radio. It was also streamed live on the station's official Facebook page. The station went beyond the stated remedies of the medicine we gave to them and added many more.
Na Makofa de me pacha wonu nunu bie edi ho dance trodo se ampa wo be bidro tatashe kan nu nie nunu bie na hura ye ni John de se bunu de ene wo hwe bebe propra typhoid ntabunu ema wo de epu ade atetie no we na begie so Makofa esomu pe ebuo tutu ni nyina
so wo bode mrane se be ma ho den ene wo ba fiti kromo ahodaso eye Makofa heba mesa from 105 03 124 974.
In the Western region, the Fourth Estate advertised Makofa herbal mixture on Sky Power at 400 cedis per week without any verification of the status of the mixture.
Right? Now, let me come to the guys, the men. If you have low sex drive, well, the obvious, right? This is why you need Makofa herbal mixture. That is certainly a solution.
In the Volta region, Volta Star Radio, the regional station of the state-owned Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, advertised Makofa for a week at 150 Ghana cedis without any FDA approval.
Volta Star Radio, 91.1.
I feel good, right? Guys on the radio.
Oh yes, you have to feel good because all the time I give you nothing but the best. Good music, vivid information, and also see to it that you are strong all the time because your health is my concern. So this morning I'm bringing you something good from Makofa herbal mixture. So do you experience extreme pain during that time of the month? Do you have low sex drive? Then Makofa herbal mixture is your solution.
In the print media, the Fourth Estate's advertised Krojua in the state-owned and Ghana's biggest newspaper, the Daily Graphic, at 1,500 Ghana cedis per quarter page. A few months after the adverts by the Daily Graphic, the newspaper published an editorial about fake drugs and the role of regulators. None of the media houses responded to our request for comments except GBC, which denied ever broadcasting the Makofa ad on its regional station. This is despite the fact we obtained a recording of the show that advertised Makofa and the receipts of payments for placing the ad. Some media houses such as the Adom FM, the Ghanaian Times and Peace FM insisted on FDA approval before advertising the Makofa herbal mixture.
What we are seeing now is that there are a lot of these herbal products that do not have the adverse certification of the FDA to be run on radio or television.
Ghana for now, most of them are adverts. Ana umu yusu editon no. Enti no dia omo ya ho advert no. Omo ba omo busa. Enti omo busa ni eni bia den. Ese ekokofa bi.
Ebia wadro ni yo bet. Ne onya advert ne ton emba. Especially wo yen distribution mu. So ya advert ye beto.
According to a World Health Organization reports, up to 80% of Ghanaians use herbal medicine as a primary form of healthcare.
We have all grown into traditional medicine. I mean, I'm sure you might have been given one enema or given some herbs one way or the other as you were growing. So it is something that I believe has a major place or part to play so far as healthcare delivery is concerned. Most people sometimes might not do well with our orthodox medicine. One way or the other, they go for herbal medications and they do well. So we cannot frown totally at it.
Despite the wide acceptability and usage of herbal medicines in Ghana, health authorities and researchers are worried about regulatory gaps.
We saw that there's a lot of inconsistencies between what is on the product packaging and what is said in the LPMs. And these are inconsistencies that we argue actually result in a lot of misinformation. Sometimes it took the form of exaggerations.
At a recent launch of Ghana States of the Media Reports by the University of Ghana, herbal medicine featured prominently in the reports, and the researchers wondered if the Ghanaian media played their gatekeeping role as far as herbal medicines were concerned.
Advertising traditionally is how legacy media is able to operate. It finances legacy media. Now, who are the advertisers? One of the surprises, at least for me, of the report was how heavily dependent traditional media is on the pharmaceutical sector, and in particular, herbal medicine. Yeah, and you can imagine the implications of that as well, because one of the things that the report notes is how the herbal medicine sector is one of the more poorly regulated sectors. So it calls into question whether the media can really hold accountable this sector, which really is in need of being held accountable.
After the advertisement of Makofa, some media consumers were convinced, hence the decision to call the Fourth Estate hotline asking to buy Makofa herbal mixture.
Hello, your marketing manager and that's only in Kasawai.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning, Patrick. How you saying? Okay. You are here here.
Annie.
from where I sit at the end of the side effects, at least to do with the kidneys. And indeed, we know that it can shut the kidneys down, like I mentioned to you, acutely. And when we say acutely, meaning everything is fine, you want to take that medication and then your kidney function goes down. So you can actually notice that by, all of a sudden your urine output has reduced, or probably there's some frothiness in your urine or something. So we see that a lot. So we know that those herbal medications can affect the kidneys. What we also know is that it's not just the kidney. I see the kidney ones, but I have friends who also see people with liver problems and all. Also attest. In fact, it hits the liver even sometimes more than it even hits the kidney, because every medication you take has to be metabolized by the liver. So depending on how potent it is and whatever side effects, the liver suffers, and then of course the kidney suffers. So we know that some of these herbal medications, and I'm using the word cautiously, some of these herbal medications have some side effects or have side effects. So if you are taking it and you are not too sure of the side effects, please, the advice is don't take it.
Despite the dangers associated with consuming herbal medicine, the bodies that are supposed to protect the public appear to be ineffective or act as facilitators in the marketing of illegal herbal medicines. The Traditional Medicine Practice Council, despite being exposed in previous undercover works by the Fourth Estate for its failure to enforce regulations, once again did not do the needed checks before registering a fictitious herbal practitioner, Maxwell Akromadia, and his fake herbal manufacturing company, Krojua Herbal Enterprise.
One of the key elements that we have codes of practice and ethics. And one of the key elements is that the adverts must not, top of my head, we look at the kind of, the advert must not be deceptive. Our adverts must not be deceptive. The advert should have gone through all the regulatory processes. If it has to do with food or drugs, you have to go to the regulatory processes before you put it out there. So any advert that has not gone to the FDA, per law, Public Health Act, to get approval for the contents of the advert, then that advert is flouting the laws and the regulations of the country, and including our regulations.
The FDA is supposed to test and license the herbal medicine products and also approve the ad before it is placed in the media. The FDA is also supposed to monitor and sanction food and drug producers and media houses which violate its advertising policies. The authority did not detect the advertisement of Makofa when it went live on various media platforms. It is also the responsibility of the media to ensure that the LPMs and all other adverts they receive from their clients are approved by the FDA and so stated in the commercials. The Traditional Medicine Practice Council also failed to grant our request for an interview after 3 letters. The Fourth Estate wrote to the FDA for the authority's policy on media advertisements of herbal medicine. The FDA responded as follows, as enshrined in the Public Health Act 2012, Sections 114 of Act 851.
The FDA's Guideline Regulation 3, Section 2, Subsection 1 reads, "No person or media shall advertise any product unless the product is registered with the authority." And the FDA's Guideline Regulation 3, Section 2, Subsection 3 also states, "No person or media shall advertise any product in the print or electronic media, including internet, or by any means unless such advertisement has been approved by the authority." And finally, in Guideline Regulation 3, Section 2, Subsection 5, live presenter mentions in any form is not permitted as a form of advertisement.
Francis Daze believes that the advertising bill, when passed, could help curb some of these practices.
Currently, because ours is a voluntary association per our constitution, because we don't have a law to compel people to be licensed by the Advertising Council, that is why we are pushing for the Advertising Council bill to be passed. That gives mandate to the Advertising Council to license and sanction practitioners who flout the regulations. So currently, it is the Food and Drug Law which speaks to those issues.
If the media houses also started policing that space a bit, so that before a presenter will go on air to do a certain LPM for a herbal medicine product, at least the media house would have ensured that this script that is coming has FDA authorization. Also, when the presenter does it, maybe there should be another pair of eyes observing the presenter to like an ombudsman in a media house.
If you want to take it, seek a healthcare provider, and that's why KNUST is training herbal, doctors and all, who will be able to guide you that, okay, this is good and that is good. And most likely, they may have studied the side effects to be able to advise. But you cannot just walk through the market and just see somebody put something on their head. They are selling that medication that cures fibroid, hernia, everything, and you just keep taking it. That is where I have a problem.
In all, 8 media houses in 4 regions across the country advertised the Makofa herbal mixture without seeing the product. They did not also ask whether the product was licensed by the FDA, and they did not care about the FDA's mandatory approval of the contents of the ad. This may just be the tip of a disturbing iceberg, and people who are exposed to the media may be consuming unwholesome medicinal products because the media vouched for such products without due diligence.
Ajwa Adubia Owusu and Kweku Krobia Asante reporting for the Fourth Estate.